guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be adding more power to my 2GR-FE. Now some of these parts you might recognize. This was in the last video. This is the Holley high ram with the Frankenstein Motorworks lower intake runners. It's painted in black, but it did rub on my engine lid and take off some paint, so I just covered that with electrical tape. Other than that, we're adding a 3.5-inch mass airflow pipe. This is the bigger one compared to the 3-inch. With the velocity stack, I'm reusing my sensor and my filter. 3.5-inch, I have to get a different intake elbow. This is 3.5 to 3.25 to fit to the Tundra throttle body that we used in the last video. On top of that, we're upgrading to a 4-bar fuel pressure regulator. This is just a drop-in upgrade to the Radium regulator. For this to work, we have to change the ECU tune. So it changes from 3 to 3.5-inch mass airflow, 3 to 4 bar, and then I also had the rev limit bumped up to 7,500 RPM. And also he just did an update to the tune to raise the idle and did a bunch of QOL, so like AC idle up, things like that. So that's a bonus as well. Finally, this is the main power adder here, a 42mm spacer. It puts the intake runners to the ideal length for the stock cams, and it's supposed to increase horsepower by 30. We're going to be testing that soon. And it comes with a stock gasket. This is for a hybrid motor, but it works out perfectly for the setup. So my best run did 296 to the wheels and 255 foot-pounds of torque. Now this is pretty disappointing. I was pretty disappointed. But a buddy of mine has pretty much the exact same setup, and then he ended up doing 323. Here's his dyno right here. Now if I put his graph over mine, it shows that we pretty much have the exact same curve, which means mine is pretty much just shifted down. Now this is low-key my fault, but when I got the car back from the dyno, AC was on. So I'm thinking that the AC was on the entire time, and that's what's sucking up some horsepower. On top of that, you can hear a slight exhaust leak coming from my car. And double on top of that, I also am running a single O2 sensor in the front bank. I have no O2 in the rear. App's probably doing something maybe. Or finally, it could also just be dyno variance. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Overall, the car feels a lot faster, so I'm going to be keeping it on, but I'm pretty sure I'm making a lot more than just an extra 10 horsepower. That'll be it for now. We'll see what happens next.